What if becoming stronger meant unlearning everything you thought made you wise? All in a world that rewards reaction over reflection. The path of Stoicism is a rebellion. Not against others, but against the chaos within. Welcome to part 1 of our 5-part journey. 5 things you must unlearn to become Stoic. Unlearn, the pursuit of constant happiness. A person smiling at their phone, quickly shifting to scenes of anxiety, stress, distraction. We've been taught to chase happiness as if it were the ultimate prize, to pursue pleasure, avoid discomfort, and cling to things that make us feel good. But the Stoics taught the opposite. Happiness is not a pursuit, it is a consequence of living virtuously, of mastering your emotions, of accepting what you cannot control. It is not things themselves that disturb us, Epictetus wrote, but our opinions about them. To be Stoic is not to feel happy all the time, but to feel steady, like a mountain unmoved by the winds. Unlearn, emotional reactivity equals strength. News headlines, arguments, social media comments flying by, cut to silence. Today, outrage is currency. We confuse intensity with strength and silence with weakness. But the Stoic learns that strength is not shown in the explosion, but in restraint. True power is having every reason to react and choosing not to. No man is free who is not master of himself. If someone can pull you into anger, they own you. To become Stoic, unlearn the reflex to react. Learn to pause, observe, endure. Wealth, awards, luxury fade into emptiness, solitude. We are told that once we succeed, we will be free. Once we acquire authority status, followers, money, peace will follow. But this is a lie. The Stoics knew that fortune is fleeting. You may own the world and still be a slave to desire. Our wealth consists not in having great possessions, Marcus Aurelius wrote, but in having few wants. Unlearn the need to prove your worth externally. Your peace is not found in things, but in the mind that holds them lightly. We try to control everything, outcomes, opinions, even fate. But the Stoics teach a sharp distinction. There are things within your control and things forever beyond it. Your thoughts, your actions, your principles, these are yours. Everything else, illness, death, others, behavior, must be met with acceptance, not resistance. To unlearn the illusion of control is to free yourself from unnecessary suffering. A person hiding their emotions, contrasted with scenes of introspection, writing, growth. We are conditioned to suppress, to hide pain, to armor up. But Stoicism is not the absence of emotion. It is the discipline to face them without surrender, to acknowledge fear, to live with death in mind, and still choose courage. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive. Unlearn the fear of being open. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is the raw material of strength. Closing. Calm visuals, candle flame, ocean, empty streets at dawn. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. This is only the beginning. In the next parts of this series, we'll explore the practices, the paradoxes, and the power of Stoic living. Subscribe, and let this be the start of your inner transformation. Stay still, stay strong, stay Stoic. 5 things you must unlearn to become Stoic. Part 2. Tone. Reflective, philosophical, sophisticated. Marble statue of Marcus Aurelius fading into a minimalist cityscape at dawn. To learn the art of Stoicism, one must first be willing to forget what the world has taught. True transformation begins not by acquiring, but by unlearning. This is part 2 of the journey. 5 more things you must let go of. To become Stoic. Silent man walking through a rainy street unbothered, Our modern culture thrives on grievances. Social media rewards outrage, but to the Stoic, complaints are noise, our external expressions of internal weakness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." TM. To become Stoic, you must abandon the habit of vocalizing what is out of your control. Instead, practice silent resilience. Let endurance speak louder than words. A person scrolling a phone, then turning it off, walking into nature. We chase a likes-utam and approval, seeking confirmation that we matter. But the Stoic knows, self-respect must come from within. Seneca reminds us, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Katim. Unlearning the need for validation is a return to personal sovereignty. When you stop performing for others, you begin living for yourself. Ibu chessboard being reset, pieces falling off EY. You cannot control how others think, feel, or behave. Yet we waste energy trying to bend others to our will. Epictetus advised, "Some things are in our control and others not." Influence is fleeting, but your response is yours forever. True Stoicism means releasing the illusion that you can fix, manage, or rescue everyone. You are responsible for your character, not theirs. The world provokes, but Stoicism teaches us not to be provoked. To unlearn reactivity is to reclaim choice. When insulted, pause. When wronged, reflect. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." TM. Train the mind not to flinch. Stillness is not indifference. It is discipline. Awo, we dream of a flawless existence, free from pain, chaos, or failure. But this fantasy is the enemy of peace. The Stoic accepts imperfection, even embraces it. Life's worth is not measured in ease, but in endurance. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens, happens the way it happens." TM. Let go of perfection. Embrace reality. That is the way of the Stoic. Your Stoicism is not learned in books. It is forged in experience. To gain the strength of the Stoics, we must first release what weakens us. This was part 2. The journey continues. Subscribe, reflect, and prepare for part 3. To become Stoic is not to become emotionless, but to become emotionally intelligent. Yet before you can master the Stoic mindset, there are certain ideas you must first let go of. Ideas society taught you that are silently sabotaging your inner peace. This is part 3 in our journey through Stoicism. Today, 5 beliefs you must unlearn. If you're serious about living like a true Stoic, unlearn the idea that comfort equals happiness. Modern culture glorifies comfort. A soft couch, a predictable routine, instant gratification at the swipe of a finger. But the Stoics knew, comfort breeds weakness. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." The Stoic seeks voluntary discomfort, not out of masochism, but as training. For if you only thrive in comfort, then discomfort will destroy you. Someone turning off their phone, walking barefoot on gravel, cold morning shower steam, subtle text overlay, voluntary discomfort, strength training for the soul. Unlearn the need to control everything. Control is an illusion. The weather, the market, people's opinions, you command none of them. And yet we spend our lives clinging to false power. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. Wisdom lies in knowing the difference, and only investing energy in what you govern. Your mind, your actions, your values. Calendar pages flipping, text messages left on read, then a hand calmly writing in a journal. Text overlay. Control the inner, accept the outer. You are not your followers, your salary, or your reputation. The Stoic does not outsource self-worth. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. It is not what others say or do that troubles you, but your judgment of it." To become Stoic is to decouple your value from the world's scoreboard. Social media feeds being deleted, person standing alone on a cliff, tranquil breathing, text overlay. Your worth is what you cultivate within. The modern world rewards reactivity. Click fast, comment faster, live in outrage, but the Stoic plays the long game. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space, the Stoic acts, not out of impulse, but out of principle. Anger, delayed. Fear, examined. Reaction, transformed into intention. Slow motion ripple in a pond, someone pausing before speaking, journaling. Text overlay. Delay reaction, design response. Unlearn the belief that life should be fair. Nature owes you nothing, and justice, as we know it, is often a man-made illusion. The Stoic does not complain that life is unfair. They expect it. What matters is not fairness, but virtue. Your ability to hold yourself with dignity when fortune smiles, or when it spits in your face. Stoicism is not a shield against pain. It is the sword with which you face it. Cracked mirror, rain on window, then sunrise over ruins. Text overlay, expect injustice. Respond with integrity. A. Music swells, visual montage of Stoic quotes appearing on screen one by one. These are the 5 illusions you must unlearn to begin living as a Stoic. Not because Stoicism is easy, but because it is true. In the next part, we go deeper. How to practice Stoicism when everything falls apart. Subscribe for Part 4, Stoicism in Chaos.